All right, 12 seconds. They took a timeout. They do not want to be shut out, but it's going to happen. All right. Oh, incomplete. 4th and 26. Eat it. Eat it, Seattle. Your asses got shut out. Shut all the way out. What is up? What is up, everybody? Packers shut out the Seattle Seahawks. And I didn't realize, I knew, on Sunday, I didn't feel good. Like, I was all congested and stuff, could hardly breathe out my nose. But I didn't realize, how crappy I sounded. But I appreciate everyone who tuned in to my live during the Packers game. Always fun. Always fun. I actually could have went to that game, but I'm actually having so much fun doing these lives. I'm gonna have more opportunities to go to some Packer games at Lambeau Field this season. But I'm actually having a blast doing the live stream. I do them on Facebook, do them on Instagram, even Twitter. I don't think anyone watches on Twitter. It's go to head over to YouTube usually. But anyways, having a good time. Packers sitting pretty at 8-2. I want to talk about the whole NFC. I want to talk about this game, this last game. It's hard for me, like most podcasters, like they talk about last week's game. They got facts, they got stats, they have all these things. I could get stats if I wanted to, but that's not what I do. But I drink a lot during game days, you know what I mean? So I forget a lot of the stuff. But just how that the Packers don't generally win like this. The Packers, up until this year, they don't win on defense. We're talking about would Aaron Rodgers be rusty? Would what's his name? Russell Wilson be rusty coming off? He had a hand injury. I figured that the cold was gonna bother that hand. I don't know if it did or not. I don't know how rested up it was, like how good it was. Like, was it barely, functional, or was it, was it fully healed? Like, I don't know. Cause it seemed like he wasn't gone very long. Like he didn't miss a lot of games compared to what a lot of people said it should have been or could have been. Depends how bad it was. He had surgery on it. I don't know the details of his injury, but I figured that the cold was going to bother. If you have a sore hand, it wasn't that cold though. I think it was like 35 degrees or something like that. But it is what it is. Packers won, shutout. Russell Wilson's first shutout. This defense for the Green Bay Packers is so freaking good. I'm so ecstatic. And it seems like it doesn't matter. Like, guys go down. New guys come up. It doesn't slow them down. Missing one of the best corners in the league. Some people say the best corner in the league. Arguably, I agree, first of all. I say number one. But you can't even say not 2 or 3, you know what I mean? So it depends on whatever, basically, what team you're a fan of, but where you put who where. Anyways, missing Zadarius Smith, missing a lot of key players. Rashawn Gary went down. That injury looked horrible. Rashawn Gary saying he's going to play. He's like, I'm going to try. I think they're going to give him like some kind of a splint, some kind of thing for his arm. That his elbow hyperextended looked brutal. Did not look like anything. Like, when it happened, I was live, so I could grab that video. But I was just like, oh, like it just looked horrendous. I don't like seeing nasty injuries like that. You know what I mean? But it was rough. But the Packers got the victory. Packers sitting pretty, 8-2. Got like a bird right outside my window. I don't know if people can hear this, but I got a bird outside my window just squawking. But hopefully it doesn't pick up in the mic. But the Packers sitting pretty. They got. I'll get into that first in a second because I want to talk about the whole NFC. But I want to finish talking about the Seahawks game. But so Aaron Rodgers came back. The offense didn't light it up. You know what I mean? They didn't light it up. I just saw Pat McAfee or Aaron Rodgers on the Pat McAfee show, and he was talking about the Seahawks defense played really good. And the Seahawks defense weren't known for being really good. They weren't. I forget exactly where they're ranked. But I think they're ranked at last in the league in a lot of stats. I think stop on a run, they were in the 30s. I think stop on a pass, they were in the 20s. So they're not a good defense, but the Packers offense struggled. But that's the thing. Defenses can have one good game. That they can just ball out a certain game. Offenses can kind of do the same. Look at the Rams. They lost to the Niners, bro. They lost to the Niners, and I was listening to sports radio, and they were just, because I don't know a lot about the Niners. I know that the Packers beat them. They're not a very good football team. I don't like them. That's about as much as I know about them. But they're saying like they just put the perfect game plan together and beat up on the Rams. Like the Rams going all in, baby. They're pushing all their chips in. Some might have fell off the table. They're pushing so many in. And dude, I don't know, man. I would love to see them just fall apart. I ain't gonna lie. I'd love to see it because this whole all in thing that they're grabbing everyone, basically trying to buy championships, which is okay. You know, if it works out for you, you go and trade and you go get free agents and you go do all the things, trading away all your draft picks, doing all the things and you win, good for you. You know what I mean? You did it. You're gonna suck for a few years probably, because of all this cap situation that they're gonna be in. There's smarter people than me to talk about all that for years down the road. But I would love it for that not to work out for them. You know, I think Matt Stafford was a great pickup. I think he's a really good quarterback. Even Aaron Rodgers talked about it on the Pat McAfee show, how much respect he has for Stafford. Stafford's a tough quarterback. He's a tough dude. Everyone's seen it. You know, if you're a Packer fan, you've seen what Stafford does, but he's been stuck there in Suckville in Detroit, and now he's out. But you know, he struggled. You know what I mean? He's been struggling. I mean, I wouldn't say Ben, but I think the last 2 games that offense hasn't really been doing much. They got OBJ now. I don't think anybody who expected OBJ to like just bust out and do all these things. I think that they tried to force him the ball a little bit and to like get him going, maybe make him happy. Like, see, we told you we're gonna get you the ball. Yeah. But didn't work out. They lost. They caught an L to the Niners. Niners played a good game. They had a good game plan and they played it to perfection. But I love where the Packers are. I want to bring this up. All right. The NFC, where the Packers stand. You got the Packers at number 1, sitting at 8-2. You got the Cardinals at number 2, sitting at 8-2. The Packers obviously beat them earlier on. The Cowboys at number 3 at 7-2. You got the Buccaneers 6-3, sitting at number 4. Number 5, you got the Rams at 7-3. Number 6, the Saints sitting at 5-4. The Panthers sitting at 5-5 at number 7. And then you got the Vikings over here at 4-5 at number 8. The Falcons 4-5 at 9. Eagles 4-6 at 10. Niners at 11 with 4-5. And then it just like after that, it's just a crap show. You know what I mean? The Vikings at 4-5, bro. That's hilarious to me because all the talk from the Minnesota Vikings fans throughout the whole offseason, how great they're going to be. And even still, Viking fans are chirping, especially this week. You know, it's Packer Viking week. Vikings fans are going to get really freaking chirpy. But the Vikings are trash. And all they want to talk about, Viking fans and Bears fans too, but let's just talk about Viking fans right now since it's Viking week, all right? Let's give them the attention that they seek, all right? We'll give the Viking fans just a little bit of attention that they seek. And every now and again, you got to bring it up, though. 4-5, baby. 4-5. You won 4 football games, but you want to be chatty. All right. And all I want to talk about, wait till next year when Rodgers and Devontae are gone. That's all the Vikings and Bear fans like to do is talk about next year because their season is already over, bro. The Bears, I think, have 3 wins, bro. Like, get out of here. The NFC North is trash. The Packers are the only thing that's good. And I know people are saying, it's not really a rivalry because the division is trash. Bears and Vikings ain't doing anything. I get that. I understand that. But it's still a rivalry to me, people. It's still a rivalry to me. Because, like, I've hated these teams for my entire life. My entire life growing up. Not even really the Vikings. I didn't really hate them until later on in life. But I grew up hating the Bears. That was put into me as a child, as an infant. They're like, singing the Bears Still Suck song, cradle me to sleep. You know what I mean? But the Vikings, I'd love to see them lose at any. It doesn't matter who they're playing. I love to see them lose. And I know that the Vikings this week is going to be your Super Bowl. That's the only, if they win this game, I think Viking fans will just be good. Like if they can beat the Packers just one time this year, they're talking about, we beat you in 2018. They like have it memorized like every time that the Vikings beat the Packers. And I get it.
Hello? You play to win the game.
That is why you play the game. I just love using that soundbite. So, and that clip. So I'm going to do it. But yeah, so the Vikings, I think that Packers are going to beat the hell out of them. That's what I think. My prediction, I think it's a little early to get my prediction, but I'm gonna guess the Packers will win by like 40-ish or so. You know what I mean? I have no respect for the Vikings as a football team, as an organization, as anything. You know what I mean? I think that they're absolute trash. But the Vikings, like realistically, they can play good football. They just don't play consistent enough. Like they don't have. Like I talk about, like, yeah, the Vikings have a trash team, but they actually don't have the worst team. They just don't play consistent. They just don't. They have horrible coaching. I don't think Kirk Cousins is a guy. Even though I don't think Kirk Cousins is the worst quarterback in the league. I'm you know I'll talk trash, but I think he's functional. But they don't. They're just not consistent. And that's the thing. Like the Packers are winning games with their defense, which they normally don't do. Mostly, it's the Packers offense doing it. Now it's defense. The special teams is a whole other issue. The Packers special teams, they need to get that figured out because come playoff time, come playing these good teams in close games, you know, in cold weather, you can't have these mistakes. Mistakes are like why the Vikings are. Well, what over here 4-5. All right, that's why the Vikings are 4-5. Because I have a Viking friend at work, and he was talking because I don't watch every Viking game, but he was saying that that's what it is. It's just like little things that ends up losing them the game. And the Lions are like that for a lot of years. All the bad teams are like that, basically, unless you're just getting blown out every game. But you make a lot of mistakes, you lose games. That's why they say football is a game of inches. A little mistake here, a little mistake there, and it's a little bit of luck here too. You fumble the ball, it bounces back in your arms. That's the difference. Sometimes you fumble the ball, it goes in the other team's arms. Just like little things in football games are what makes you win and lose. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not acting like I'm some scholar talking about this. It's common sense. But the Vikings, I think that's what they do. They find ways to lose games. Packers find ways to win games. The Packers defense, though, I don't think that they're going to be stopped. I don't think it matters who like I wouldn't say who goes down because they have a lot of injuries. And I would assume that at some point that's gonna catch up to them. I didn't mean to put that on the screen, but I assume at some you don't want to do that. You know what I mean? I was trying to bring up this other screen. I want to talk about uh the whole NFL. Go through the divisions a little bit, you know what I mean? And see if I can bring it up here. Oh, I think I got it right here. All right. Oh, I had it. Here we go. So I think it might be kind of hard to see. Let's see if I can on that. But you got the NFC East. All right, let's go through this real quick. I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time on the whole NFC. Right? You got the NFC East. You got the Cowboys at 7-2, and then it's all trash after that. All right, Eagles 4-6. Got 3-6. Washington and the Giants. All right, so that the Cowboys are going to win that division. So that's a team that the Packers could possibly see in the playoffs, and I'd be all right with that. I would be fantastic with that because I think that the Packers can beat them all day, every day. You know what I mean? See if I can zoom in. All right, we'll zoom in on this. I don't know. I suck at this stuff. All right, the Packers are going to run away with the NFC North. Obviously, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers I think are interesting because the Saints are on them. You know what I mean? The Bucks are 6-3. Saints are 5-4. Then you got the Panthers. Who just got Cam Newton at 5-5, and then the Falcons. So if the Bucks slip, I mean, they've been losing a little bit here. Do the Saints catch up to them? Do the Panthers start rolling? They got Cam Newton when he gets more comfortable back in that offense. You know what I mean? And then in the NFC East, you got the Cardinals, obviously at 8-2. That division right there, Cardinals and the Rams. That's the thing. The Rams are supposed to be so damn good. They might not even win that division. The Niners did some stuff. Do they go on a little win streak here? Like, I don't know. The Seahawks, I don't think they're gonna do it. They're sitting at 3-6. But yeah, I think the playoffs are obviously gonna be the Cowboys, Packers, the Bucks, and maybe the Saints. Like you got to think about those teams that might creep in. But I think right now it's guaranteed the Rams, Cardinals, Bucks, and Packers and Cowboys. Can a team like the Vikings go on a run and get in there? Because they still got a chance. But let's be honest, people. The Vikings ain't going to do nothing here. I don't even know. I'm just rambling on here. But yeah, so, dude, professional podcast, people. It's a professional podcast. But I'm not jacked up. I think the NFC is the Packers right now. It's the Packers to lose. Just keep on winning. Keep this defense rolling. I'm hoping that Zadarius Smith can come back soon. They're saying probably in December. From Ian Rappaport said Jair later on, maybe like before the playoffs and all that. But I'm jacked up about this team. You know, Aaron Jones is going to be out for about 1-2 weeks. Rashawn Gary. I think that Aaron Jones. It says 1 to 2 weeks. I think that there's a bye right after that in 3 weeks. So I'm assuming that they'll just leave him out till after the bye. AJ Dillon can handle the load till then. But like people saying like it's no big thing. We got AJ Dillon, which I get because I love me some AJ Dillon and I think he's a beast. But having that depth, having that 1-2 punch, I think is key. So the Packers definitely want to have Aaron Jones back. They definitely don't want to go uh, a long time without Aaron Jones. I think Aaron Jones is key for this Packers offense. He's a big part of it. Uh, I think this offense, struggled a little bit last week. The defense took care of him, but at some point, you'd like to see the Packers offense, kicking in gear and like start, throwing. I'd like to see some insane shutouts. I'd like to see some, 40-10 type games. Not, let's not keep it close. It seems like whenever the Packers offense is like lighting up, the defense is down here. Then the defense starts lighting up and the offense go down here. I like to see a complete game, even throw the special teams in that, and just have them just wallop on someone. And this is the perfect week for that. Playing the Minnesota Vikings, I'd like to see the Packers just take it to them and beat the hell out of them. That's what I'd like to see. Just a good old-fashioned rear end whooping, you know what I mean? But I'd like to see. Anyways, we're gonna wrap this thing up, people. Go Pack Go. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube if you're not. Follow me on the old Twitter, on Facebook, all the places. And if you want to support the show, head over to patreon.com/MattRamage and you can help support the show. I got some fun stuff coming up here. This winter, I'm going to be doing a thing to help veterans. I'm going to be doing a live show at a particular place. We're going to help raise some money for veterans. And I'm going to do some stuff for Toys for Tots coming up here pretty quick, I think. I'm working on some stuff to help, use my following to do good in the world, do a little bit that I can do and spread some love. You know what I mean? Go Pack Go, people. Thanks for watching. And let's go. I'm going to be live more this week. I'm going to have a lot more to say. But for now, I'll just say, let's go kick some hell, kick some butt. I don't even know what I'm saying.